Alright, today we're going to be repairing this air compressor. The front end on this air compressor was bashed in a bunch and it's just full of pinholes. I tried to weld it but pretty unsuccessful. It's thin, it's contaminated, and there's just holes everywhere, so I tried to put some JB Weld. It's working, but I don't trust it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the thin wheel and just cut right on this weld seam all the way around. And I'm just going to put a flat plate here. I want to leave this weld here so it's nice and thick when I try to weld it back on. And so that's kind of the plan. I'm going to make the plate bigger than the actual cylinder itself so I can have a nice fillet weld. Just make it easier on myself. A tricky spot. You can't really see it on camera, but the grinder's at a really weird angle here, and I can't quite figure out how to get it cut from here. So I do what any other good man would do, and just cut the stupid handle out of the way. Oh wow, that actually goes into the tank. Oh yeah, look at all that rust in there. Whew. I would have never imagined that that pipe, the handle, actually goes into the tank. So weird. So there's air going through that handle. So just gonna try to square up this edge a little bit better. Get some of this rust out of this weld here. Clean up the outside. Put a plate, weld it all the way around. And then I'll weld the handle back on. Now I don't really care what this looks like. It's just for me. You can see that someone already tried to weld this before. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a bunch of weld in here. So what happens with these roller air compressors is you have a little bump. Say you're going over like the edge of a concrete and you're lifting this thing up and pushing it, and then the wheel's not tall enough, so you end up bashing these tanks on the concrete or whatever you're trying to get over, and eventually you end up with big holes. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. So the reason I don't care about what this looks like, this is just going in the truck. I bought this compressor for me so I can run my little plasma off the truck. I've never really had air in the truck, and honestly I've never really thought about it much. But this air compressor I saw on Facebook Marketplace for 40 bucks. I'm like, you know what? I can run the plasma off that thing. Let's just go buy it. I can't pass it up. These things are like $1,000 brand new. So it's easier to have a weld that doesn't leak when you don't have a bunch of stuff contaminating your weld. I always like to stress when you're first starting out your mobile welding business to buy stuff cheap. You don't have to buy cheap stuff, but you can buy used things. You can fix things up. You can make it work. You're a welder. You should have some mechanical ability. And not buying stuff on credit and accumulating debt will help you a lot when times get a little bit leaner. I'm going to try to have a little bit of a bevel there just to help the weld get in a little deeper. Yeah, it looks decent. Just try to get all the paint off of it. I like to clean up this edge a little bit more maybe, just so when I'm welding it, it doesn't pull that rust into the weld and cause a leak. So I might get the die grinder and just hit it just a little bit. Alright, now I just gotta cut my plate, tack it on, and we'll weld it out. So I've never actually used a MIG welder for repair like this. Usually if I want something to seal, I'll use the TIG or stick. Like pipe welding, I'll use like 6011 or something like that. But I just wanted to do this quick, but I'll soon regret it. So I've been welding for a little over 22 years. I started as a TIG welder. I pretty much did TIG and stick for that whole time until I started the business about 10 years ago. I had never touched a MIG welder, so I didn't, I have the least experience on the MIG. It's one of the easier ones, but something like this, not 100% confident on, but I wanted to try it anyway. So I couldn't reach all the way around here, and I actually left like a little half-inch section unwelded. So I come back and just put like a big tack over it. I'll soon regret that because what I should have done is feather out that whole area and just weld back over it, but I got lazy, and it happens. It's gonna leak anywhere, it's gonna be right there. When you start making noises like that from sitting down, you know you're getting too fat. Time to lose some weight. So now I'm just gonna zip all this stuff off, just the extra. Let's check these too while I'm up here. Oh yeah, we got leaks. Okay. So with these tanks, when you're welding them, even though I have the drain valves open, it has a little bit of pressure inside there. It makes it really difficult to weld because it wants to blow your weld back out. So I think what I'm going to do, and I've done this before, yeah, we got a leak right there. This is the main one. There's some little bubbles popping up here and there, like right there. I think what I'm going to do is have to take off this assembly so that tube can be open, and then I'll stick a vacuum, my shop vac, right in there and suck air out as I'm welding it. That should help with the pressure problem. Yeah, buddy, blame the pressure. It's not your shitty weld. This has to come, because I need to turn that. Yeah, that's going to hit. This has to come out. Okay, now I have some ventilation. I'll actually stick the vacuum. Excuse me. I'll stick the vacuum on here to help draw some air out of there. I'm going to clean up those spots that are leaking. I got one here, one here, one here, and one over there on the other handle. So let's go ahead and do that. Like, I can't even get my head in there at the right angle to actually see it. I think I see a pinhole there. I probably look really stupid. Like, yeah, I think I see it. In all honesty, I was hoping to make a video and weld it, and no leaks happen, and I'd be like, look how badass I am. But there was leaks. I'm not perfect, and yep. The plan is to grind out where the pinhole is, like an inch past on each side, and then start high and just run it back over. Hopefully that'll take care of it. Let's give it a try. Okay. Hopefully I got that one. Whoa. That's a big ugly weld. That's what I get for not putting my damn sleeves back on. Totally forgot. Too late now, I'm already burnt. I put my arm down on the other weld I just did, and I burnt the crap out of my arm. In the same spot I've burnt probably 50 times before. You'd think I would learn. Hopefully, this is pretty ugly. I tried to get real hot, but I just kind of made a big old giant weld on there, unfortunately. But if it don't leak, I don't give a shit. That looks good. I see a little tiny bit of a bubble right there. Kind of along this edge. Handles look good. I see a little bubble. Two little bubbles right there. See if I could just run that over, grind it. That looks good. Not seeing any leaks. It was just a little miss, a little cold spot right there, I think. Got 80 pounds in it right now. I think we're good. Alright, don't blow up, please. Okay, see, that's working now. None of these connections are leaking. I'm just going to leave them. I think we're good to go. Yep. Alright. Throw some paint on it. Throw it in the truck. Bolt it down. I'll have a compressor $40 for the compressor. Took about 2 hours. Probably shouldn't have took that long, but I kind of rushed through the weld. 2 hours, $80. Just 40 for the compressor, 40 for the sorry, I got earplugs on. I'm like yelling. 40 for the compressor, 40 for the regulator, like $20 in new quick connects and stuff, just because it didn't have any. $20 for a hose. I'm probably in it like $120 maybe. This thing, brand new, they sell for around $1,000, I think. I could probably, if I clean some of this up, clean up that a little better, make sure it doesn't leak. I mean, you know, after I cleaned it up, I'm gonna leave it like this though, because it's just going in the truck. I don't care. I bet you I could turn around and sell this for $500-600 right now. So everything works. Don't be afraid to buy used stuff. You're a welder. You can fix stuff. So I'm happy with that. It runs the plasma just fine. I tested it even when it had this major leak in it. I mean, it was like blowing air out. It ran the little plasma just fine. I was cutting a 1/2 inch with it, really easy. So yeah, this is perfect addition for the truck. I've never had air on the truck, so I'm happy about that. Never really had a desire, but I think I'd rather be able to plasma stuff apart rather than use the torch. Just a little faster and cleaner. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.